In the long run, it will pay out.
So this program is designed for kids that have an interest in gaming, specifically with game design and how to take something like from the very beginning and use their creativity to build something that other people would be interested in playing. And so that's a niche for kids that maybe aren't necessarily an athlete or necessary in the fine arts or necessary in any other subject. They like this particular theme. And so they are able to take what they learn in this class and jettison them into something that they can do and make a lot of money in, primarily with the gaming skills that they learn and the design skills they learn within this class. They learn the design process of creating games and video games in general. By learning the elements and fundamentals of the game design, they then go into learning the software that is behind designing the games, and then they put all those skills together to build the games within those softwares.
I've always grown up playing video games, so I just thought it would be cool to actually see what it was like as a class. We kind of learn how to make the games, and then we do a different assignment where we get to do it our own way.
All my life, gaming has sort of acted as like a little break from everything I find stressful, so this class I viewed it as like something that would be easy for me and I would actually probably use in the future.
So the gaming industry is like a $500 billion industry right now. It's just it's a booming industry, and it's the next big thing. And so kids, if they want to get into this, they can get into all, and I tell them all the time, they can get into all different realms of the gaming world in terms of the art part of it, the music part of it, the programming part of it. Like, they can get into all different areas of it, which is a great thing to get into because it's a job security for the future, because like I said, it's just exponentially growing from this point on, and there's no end in sight.
Imagine a school where your child's passions lead the way. At Hillsborough County Public Schools, our award-winning magnet programs open the door to specialized learning designed to spark curiosity and inspire success. From collegiate academies to Cambridge and IB programs, and from performing to visual arts, or hospitality and tourism to medical academies, and so much more, our magnet programs give students unique opportunities to learn, grow, and excel as we prepare them for life. Led by dedicated, highly skilled teachers and supported by cutting-edge classrooms and immersive hands-on learning experiences, Hillsborough County Magnet programs inspire students to reach their full potential and shape their future. More opportunities start here. Explore the possibilities. Come discover an education that is built for your child.
Hi, I'm Deborah Belanti, Director of Communications for Hillsborough County Public Schools. You're watching Hillsborough Schools TV, and together we are preparing students for life.
Hi, I'm Karen Perez, Chair of Hillsborough County School Board. I want to welcome you to Hillsborough County Public Schools, a donde servimos más de 200,000 de tus estudiantes. That includes children in preschool and adults through our workforce program.
I'm Nadia Combs, the school board's vice chair. Our district is the 7th largest in America, and our team is made up of 24,000 people working at close to 250 sites across the county.
Our district is diverse and dedicated. Our board meetings are held in our board auditorium on select Tuesdays at 4 p.m. The best way to serve our students and our community is to involve you, the public, in what we do.
You are welcome to meet or email any of our board members and follow our district on social media. School board meetings are covered live by Hillsborough Schools TV on Spectrum 635 and Frontier Channel 32.
Meetings are also streamed live on our website at hillsboroughschools.org. Closed captioning is provided on all broadcasts, and past meetings are available in our online archive.
We are interested in what the public has to say. We'll include time for audience comments before we address our business items. Our agenda and any supporting materials can be viewed online in advance. They are posted 7 days before each meeting on our website at hillsboroughschools.org.
Our vision is preparing students for life, and that means all students every day. Thank you for your commitment to education. With your help, we're making decisions that shape our community's future.
The board meeting of April 21st, 2026 is called to order. Member Combs will now lead us in a moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you. Please join me in a moment of silence. Thank you. Now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Member Combs, thank you. Will you now please acknowledge our student entertainment?
I would like to thank Clark Elementary School's rock band, along with Principal Dr. Delilia Ribeiro and Director Sean Motes and Jennifer Motes. These wonderful students entertained us prior to our start of our board meeting. At this time, we'd like to invite the students up to introduce themselves.
Hi, my name is Kylie Elkin. I play the drum set, and I'm in 5th grade.
Hi, my name is Addison Hawkins, and I sing, and I'm in 5th grade.
Hi, my name is Sawyer Weidler. I'm in 5th grade and I sing.
Hi, my name is Rita. I'm in 4th grade and I'm a bass player.
Hi, my name's Samantha. I'm in 5th grade and I play electric guitar.
Hi, my name is Veronica. I'm in 5th grade and I play the keyboard.
Hi, my name is Anvita. I'm in 4th grade and I play electric guitar.
Hi, my name is Adris and I'm in 5th grade and I play the piano.
Hi, my name is Rakshan. I'm in 4th grade and I play the guitar.
Hi, my name is Chris, and I'm in 5th grade, and I play the keyboard.
Hi, my name is Logan. I'm in 5th grade, and I play the drum set.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Motes, and I'm one of the proud music teachers at Clark Elementary.
And I am Sean Motes, the other proud music teacher from Clark Elementary.
Hi, I'm Delilah Ribeiro, the very proud principal of Clark Elementary.
And I'm Kelly Wackus, the very proud assistant principal of Clark Elementary.
Okay. Woo. All right, good job. Good job. I like them shirts.
Mm-hmm. And also, I would like to acknowledge present today are 11 parents who are highly interested in attending and observing a school board meeting. Can you please stand? Hispanic Services Council, through their parent engagement program, La Red de los Padres Activos, a program that supports Hispanic families by providing workshops that help parents better understand the education system and how to advocate for their children. The goal is to help parents, as the ones that are here today. Thank you so much for being here. Learn how our school board process works and how decisions are made. The initiative, supported by the Children's Board, has been in place for over 12 years and serves hundreds of families annually across Hillsborough County. Thank you for being with us this evening. Now, I need a motion and a second to adopt the agenda. I have a motion by Member Gray and a second by Member Vaughn. Any discussion? Seeing none, please vote when your lights appear. And it passes unanimously. Let the records reflect that all board members are present. We have 2 sets of minutes to be approved today: March 31st, 2026, School Board Workshop, and April 7th, 2026, School Board Meeting. I need a motion and a second to approve these minutes. I have a motion by Member Combs and a second by Member Vaughn. Any discussion? If not, please vote when your lights appear. And the vote passes unanimously. Board members, I would like to go over the format of today's meeting. As a reminder, we are a nonpartisan board who believe all children can be empowered to learn, to succeed, and our decisions will be made with that understanding. To pave the way for an efficient agenda, statements, and questions, board members will have 5 minutes to speak, with 30 seconds for final thoughts. Afterward, the superintendent can respond. If you have further questions, you are asked to get back in the queue. Member Combs will now read the board guidelines.
As we begin this afternoon's meeting, please allow me to quickly review the format of our school board meetings. Please silence all electronic devices. There are speakers in the room behind me that allow board members to hear the meeting upon stepping away from the dais. This meeting can be viewed with closed captioning on live webcasts, on cable TV, and on video monitors here in the auditorium. It also can be viewed with closed captioning on the online video archive.
We have one item scheduled for time certain, 6 p.m., employee and student input. Now we'll go into the recognitions. A01, recognition of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers Best Crew Award. At this time, I would like to call Anne-Marie Courtney, Director of Partnership Engagement, Philanthropy, and Outreach.
Good afternoon, board members, superintendent, cabinet members, and guests. The Bucs Best Crew program, supported by our amazing partner, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, are committed to uplifting and recognizing the heroes of our community. This monthly award recognizes outstanding Hillsborough County Public School teachers, administrators, and support staff for outstanding service, impact over all student accomplishment, and accomplishments beyond the classroom. We are honored to have Brian Ford, Chief Operating Officer of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with us to announce tonight's award recipients.
Well, thank you, Anne-Marie, and good afternoon, Board, Madam Chair, Superintendent. Again, thank you so much for this opportunity to come out each month and recognize some folks that are going over and above. And this month's recipients are as amazing as in the past. First up, I'd like to call Priscilla Seydin-Yo. Come on up here. She's a secretary at Pride Elementary School, and she has 23 years of tenure with the district. Amazing. Priscilla, your story is amazing, and what I'm about to read is not something that I came up with, but it's what your administration, your students, and your peers came up with. So thank you. You're truly the heart of Pride Elementary. For nearly 20 years, you've gone over and above every single day, often in ways that go unnoticed. You serve as the media secretary, but you also cover the front office daily so staff can take lunch breaks and attend to other duties. Whether you're in the library or in the front office, you're always watching for who needs help. If you see a teacher overwhelmed or out of time at the copy machine, you just step in, you take the papers, and you finish the job, often staying late on your own time. The library is constantly busy, filled with classes, programs, and events, and you're always thinking ahead, preparing materials and organizing carts of resources before anyone even has to ask you. And when you see a student in need, you quietly take the time to talk and listen. They always leave feeling super happier and more confident than when they arrived. You're also incredibly talented artistically, and your creativity has been seen all across campus, from the library to the hallways, cafeteria, and the front office. Teachers regularly seek you out, and you graciously help each one create beautiful displays that bring pride to our school. You're truly a treasure to everyone at Pride Elementary. And each year when graduating seniors return, they all come back and ask for you without hesitation. And they don't leave without a hug. Amazing. And for that, you're our Buck's Best crew as the support staff for this month.
Game ball.
Next up, I'm going to call Christine Wasselkew, the principal at Summer High School. How are you? Good, how are you? Congratulations and thank you. 22 years with the district. All right. Again, these comments are not coming from us. They're coming from your peers, your student body, the people that make a difference, that you're making a difference each day. You're the principal who leads with a rare combination of compassion, strength, and unwavering commitment to your school community. You treat every student, every staff member, every family with genuine kindness and respect, always putting others first, no matter what you are facing personally. Even while you're navigating your own health challenges, you continue to show up, fully present and fully invested. You'll find her at every single school sporting event, in the classrooms and throughout campus, even cleaning the school, and always supporting teachers and celebrating the successes of the students. Your presence sends a powerful message that every person and every moment matters. Wow. You don't just lead the school, you lift the school. That really caught my eye when I read that. That through your mentorship and visibility and sincere care of others, you've created a culture where people feel supported, valued, and inspired. And for that, you're our Buck's Best Crew Award recipient.
That's my name on it.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Again, we have a little tradition at One Buck. If this is your first time here at the school board, anybody that goes over and above gets a game ball. That's on and off the field, and that's why we decided to bring this to Hillsborough County Public Schools. And there's examples that I read every month where people are going over and above, so this is very much warranted. The last recipient is our Teacher of the Month, and unfortunately, Christine Mill, who is at Lamona Elementary School, was unable to join us. But I just want to, again, there's a pattern here. 23 years, 22. She's here. She snuck in.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, you just made my day. How are you? Congratulations. Thank you. Well, I was just about to say there's a pattern. Our three recipients, 23 years, 22 years, and Christine has 24 years with the district. Unbelievable. So thank you. Again, these comments that I'm about to read are coming from your peers, your administration, and most importantly, the students and their families. You co-chair the social committee, and you're always finding ways to build morale across campus. You pour your time and energy into bringing people together, whether it's baking cakes for the Strawberry Shortcake Day, organizing social hours, or planning potluck dinners. You lead with positivity and work hard to spread that to others. Much of what you do happens behind the scenes. I'm a behind the scenes guy too, so I can relate to that. But it's truly making a difference in our school. One of the most meaningful things that you did this year was help bring a memorial garden to life for a student who tragically passed away from the flu. Through your involvement in Boy Scouts, Chris, you connected an Eagle Scout candidate with the student's family. The scout led the project, raising funds and designing the space, but it was you who helped organize, coordinate, and bring people together to make that happen. This past month, that vision became a reality with the creation of the James Thomas Memorial Garden. Today, it serves as a place of comfort and peace for students and staff. James's younger brother passes by it each day on his way to class, and many students now sit there to read during recess. It's a beautiful tribute to a young life lost way too soon and a lasting gift to their school. It would not have been possible without your leadership, your compassion, and your dedication. And this is going to be felt in the school for years to come. For that, and so much more over 24 years, you're our Bucks Best Crew Teacher of the Year. Joining me today is Courtney Sanchez, our Chief Impact Officer as well.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ford. Next recognition is AO2, Hillsborough County Supervisor of Elections. Office 2026 High School Vote Hillsborough Art Contest. And I will highlight this item. At this time, I would like to call up Craig Latimer, Supervisor of Elections for Hillsborough County, and Kelly Brannon, Supervisor of 9 to 12 Social Studies.
Well, good afternoon to everybody, esteemed chair, board members, superintendent, and of course, council. I'm proud to be the Hillsborough County Supervisor of Elections, especially proud of our partnership with the Hillsborough County School District. Our students represent our future, and we want them to be civically engaged. Many of our seniors are 18, so they represent our present because they're going to be able to vote in the upcoming elections. My office engages with our high school students in two big, meaningful ways. We hold an art contest, the reason why we're here today, and we go into the Hillsborough County high schools to give students the opportunity to register or pre-register to vote. We average about 4,000 to 5,000 students that we register or pre-register every year. I'll be back here to recognize the top performing schools for those registrations in a few weeks. But I'm here today to recognize a number of incredible student artists. But before I do, I want to acknowledge Kelly Brennan, Supervisor of 9 through 12 Social Studies, and also Laura Hobby, Supervisor of Visual and Theater Arts Education. These two people made just a huge impact in helping us get the over 300 submissions that we got, which felt like a 33% increase. We'll be giving out the winning stickers during our midterm elections this year, and we're also, for the first time, making it into a poll worker pin. We give poll workers longevity pins, and we're going to make that into one of the poll worker pins this year. It's the first time we've ever done it. 2,500 poll workers will be carrying around that artwork on election day on their lapels or on their shirts. We'll also be featuring the winning designs in voter education efforts, and the submissions this year were truly outstanding. Our 3 finalists were selected by our staff and our sponsors, and you know how we ended up deciding who it was? We voted on it. Before I announce the winners, I want to thank our art contest sponsors, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, who just ran out on us, the Florida Aquarium, and Busch Gardens Tampa Bay. They've been absolutely terrific partners every time we've worked together, and they have some very exciting prizes for our top 3 finalists. So I'd like to invite Tony Rakita from the aquarium to come up first and join me to let everybody know about the prize package that he has.
Thank you, Craig. We have been inspired as well by just the art and the catalyst to ignite this inspiration to do this incredible art. And you've been doing it for so long. Thank you for allowing us to do it. So we're really excited that we're going to be giving the first place winner 8 tickets, as well as 8 tickets to go on our wild dolphin cruise and have admission and get a plushie shark. So that's always cool. And then our second place winner is going to get 6 tickets, and the third place winner is going to get 4 tickets, but they also will get to go on the wild dolphin cruise while they're here too, and get a little bit of a VIP treatment when they're here. So again, thank you, Craig. Thank you, board, for having this amazing opportunity to engage and inspire our youth.
Busch Gardens is also one of our partners, and they have a prize package that they put together for the students also. And our third sponsor, the Tampa Bay Bucks, couldn't join us because they had to leave. But all 3 of the winners are going to get some great Buck swag, including a football signed by Kate Otten. The second place winner also gets 2 training camp passes, and the first place winner gets 2 game tickets. So now it's time to bring up the winners. When I call your name, please come up and stay up here until we reveal the artwork and announce who the winners are. Simran Wadhira from Wharton High School. Hey, Sim. You can just stand right over here. Juniper Worthington, Blake High School. And Angelika Pratap, Durant High School. So now we're going to reveal the winners, and they don't know who it is yet either. I'll let them look. So our third place is Simran Wadera. Second place is Juniper, and first place was Angelica. So congratulations to y'all. We've also got some of the actual stickers that will be given to the board members, along with a button that we've made up with the artwork on it too. And so we want to take a picture with you guys. So we're going to come around here. All right. We're around here, ladies. Thank you very much, School Board. We appreciate it. And Superintendent, thank you for allowing us to come into the schools and also to hold these contests. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Latimer.
Thank you, ma'am.
These are so amazing. And our next recognition, A03, recognition of the month of the military child. And Member Hahn will highlight this item.
Thank you, Chair Perez. I appreciate it. I've had the honor for the past 8 years to read the recognition for the month of the military child. I hope it's a tradition that continues for years to come. It's very special to me, and I know to all of my board members and the superintendent as well. April is a time to honor and recognize the unique sacrifices made by military children. These brave students face challenges that most of their peers never experience. Saying goodbye to a parent during deployments, navigating frequent moves and school transitions, and maintaining friendships across distance with remarkable strength and resilience. Hillsborough County Public Schools is proud to be the home to more than 4,000 military-connected families across our district. We're also honored to have 29 schools that have earned the Public Star School of Distinction, including Tinker K-8, which is located on MacDill Air Force Base and directly serves our military children and families. This designation reflects a deep commitment to meeting the unique needs of military families and ensuring their children, our students, feel supported, connected, and valued. As a school board member, it's truly an honor to represent and serve our military families. I'm incredibly proud of the strength and resilience and dedication they show every single day. And lastly, I want to say, may God bless the men and women who are serving in our armed forces, their families who stand beside them, sacrificing so much in service to our country, and may God bless America. Today, I'm especially grateful to introduce our partners who have joined us from MacDill Air Force Base, whose collaboration and support with our school district makes a meaningful difference in the lives of our students and families every single day. First up is our fearless leader, Colonel Stepanek, the commander of the 6th Air Refueling Wing at MacDill Air Force Base. Mr. Hollis Payne, the 6th Mission Support Group Deputy Director. Mr. Tony Rodriguez, the 6th Civil Engineer Squadron Portfolio Optimization Manager. Dr. Venetia Waters, our School Liaison Program Manager. The wonderful Kim Sukash, HCPS District Military Liaison and a dear friend. Ms. Shalonda Wodeman, Exceptional Family Member Program Family Support Coordinator. Angela Ocampo, Exceptional Family Member Program Family Support Navigator. Tanisha McLeod, Exceptional Family Member Program Family Support Member. Shalonda Wodeman, Exceptional Family Member, District Family Support Member. So please join me in thanking them for all they do for our military families. Who? Oh, Mr. Don Davis. My apologies. Please join us.
Woo! Good job. Very nicely done.
Oh, yes, Marcus Morello.
There you go.
I just want to add, thank you, sir, that all these people up here get together. We all get together quarterly out in the base, and sometimes at, I guess, a school that hosts us for our McDill Education Coalition, where we meet with families who are currently active duty, and we help them solve their challenges in our schools. So it's my honor and privilege to have served with all of you the past few years, and I look forward to the work you can continue to do the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for your service. The board welcomes comments from our citizens and values your input to the board. In order to provide the most comprehensive response to your comments, our staff will follow up with you and will keep our board informed about the responses. Our board respects the public's right to speak to the board, and we appreciate you taking your time to be here. You have the right to speak about any issues you like, and you will not be interrupted. However, any behavior intended to disrupt the orderly conduct of this meeting will not be allowed. We do request that you try to stay focused on the issues. When addressing the board, please state your name and speak clearly into the microphone. This afternoon, each speaker will have 3 minutes. Reminder that your 3 minutes will start when you begin to speak. And when there are 30 seconds left, you will see a yellow light on the lectern and hear a chime. The red light and a chime will indicate when your time is up. I will now call up the first 5 speakers.
Cool. So I'm one of your military families. I think you all know this. Since Stacy's not here to listen to me, despite the fact that she is my member, I'm just going to talk about the AI issue. You sent out a letter this week to parents, except most of us did not get it. I had to hear about it from another parent at another school. You sent an email about your AI implementation guide that conveniently left out how long it was in between you putting it in place and you telling parents about it, which was 10 months. You left parents in the dark for nearly a year. I cannot fathom why you think that that was a good decision. My issues with your AI policy are many, but the lack of communication between parents and you is not the least of them. You also did not communicate to parents that you never communicated this guide to teachers. My child's school had no idea that you had such a guide, which is Tinker, by the way, since you guys care so much about Tinker. The principal, the vice principal, and all of the teachers had no idea that this guide existed, which is why my child's 3rd grade classroom, along with several other classrooms, had somebody during Great American Teach-In that came in and showed them Gen AI. You already know this. You do not care. If your guide was that important to you, why did parents and teachers not know about it until 10 months after it was implemented? How does that make sense? I beg of you to explain that to me. You also have yet to address the significant gaps in it that were pointed out to the person who wrote it by an expert in media literacy and education. When are you going to address the gap that will leave your 7 to 12 grade students vulnerable to Gen AI's rampant issue with misinformation and embedded stereotypes? How many experts and parents have to come to you about this before you care? Thanks.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello, my name is Augustine Sovereign. I go to Roosevelt Elementary. I'm in 4th grade. As you know, Miss Wheatley, the school principal, is retiring. I'm here to recommend Miss Scribner for the position. She would be the perfect principal for Roosevelt. Given the time constraints, I will name a few. She is approachable, inclusive, and a great listener. I see her in Carlisle when my mom drops me off. She talks to me and all the students. She has come into my gifted math class to see what we were working on. I visited her office just to say hi. I'm here because I know she would be the best fit for principal at Roosevelt Elementary. She has good qualities as a leader, which is what Roosevelt Elementary needs: clear communication, high standards, and integrity. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good afternoon. I'd like to issue an explicit content warning, which again is high irony because of what I'm reading is just simply out of a library book. So here's the latest. This was recently added to 2 libraries here in Hillsborough County. It's necrophilia. Again, that is sex with a dead person, and that's not all. It's actually a threesome with a presumed dead person. Incidentally, I've discovered hundreds of explicit books since the last time I came here, so in our school libraries. I'm still working on all this. So after 5 years of knowing the problem, one may think that you would have a way developed that would prevent this from happening again, but here we are. This book is called Sibylline, page 257. He's dead. Dorian, she says, he's gone. We're a twisted, knotted rope of love and affection and desire. I will not let the universe dictate what I can and cannot have. I certainly won't let death itself. Together we break the rules. Raven, help me, I say. Help me do this one last thing. I kiss her again. She kisses me back. Then I kiss Atticus, the dead guy, telling him with that single touch to come back. I can feel Dorian's lips on mine and Raven's hands on my body. Someone is undressing me. When I reach forward, I realize they are now undressing themselves as well. Now Raven's breast is against my mouth. I open it, licking her nipple. She sighs as Dorian's head brushes against my stomach, and now he's taking me in his mouth. I feel myself lowering between Raven's knees as Dorian presses his erection against my back. I'm so hot, and there are 3 of us, slick with sweat, and now Raven's hands are on my shaft, guiding me, and as I plunge into her, Dorian's thrusting into me, and the 3 of us are making love with each other in a perfect, perfect circle, end quote. This book blew up the internet just a few short weeks ago, and not one person commented that they had any marginal acceptance of this book that is marketed for young adults. The disgust was palpable in all the comments by Americans all over the country. Yet, we in Hillsborough County apparently stand alone in supporting necrophilia for minors. This district continues to allow these books despite all the attention we've received for having them. You still have no policy or boundaries preventing this, and in this case, the book paints necrophilia positively, and you're allowing it for 9th graders. Your job is preparing students for life. What kind of life? Where sex is central to everything, where normal now includes threesome sex with dead people. Children are vulnerable, and when this content is put on the shelves in school libraries and approved thereby, by being on the shelf, children become inoculated and numb to dangerous and harmful deviance. Children deserve protection from this, from explicit necrophilia. I hope your conscience won't let you push this out of your mind, because when any kid reads this, they will.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Hello, members of the board. My name is Juan Hernandez, and fear not, I am not here to talk to you about books. You guys have a lot of things already on your plate. You guys deal with a lot, have to balance a lot of competing objectives, whether it be through the state, going ahead and doing what they do, financing. What I want to go ahead and say is that we know that there's a upcoming vote to go ahead and make sure that there is a possible referendum on a half-cent sales tax. And any opportunity that we have in this board and this county to go ahead and provide more for our schools, we need to be taken very seriously and making sure that we're going ahead and giving that opportunity for the constituents of the county to go ahead and vote on that. The constituents here want to make sure that our schools are properly funded and as strong as possible. And every one of us here is here for a reason. You guys are all passionate about what you do, and we support that passion and want to see that opportunity to go ahead and give the community more. If we can go ahead and vote on things like sales taxes to go in towards a baseball stadium, I know people can go ahead and get behind getting our kids education. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Good afternoon, board members. My name is Suba Tiglieri, and I'm a parent of 2 students at Dobie Elementary and Apollo Beach. I'm here representing families in the rapidly growing South County community. Enrollment is the foundation of our school system. It drives funding, staffing, resources, and long-term sustainability. And across Hillsborough County, we're seeing how shifts in enrollment are leading to difficult decisions like consolidation and school closures. But in South County, our story is different. We are growing, but we're also seeing a shift in where families are choosing to go. Families today have more choices than ever: charter schools, homeschool, hybrid homeschool co-ops that are becoming increasingly popular in our area. And these choices are impacting enrollment. I want to share a couple stories that highlight this. At a recent PTA meeting, I learned that one of our most dedicated Dobie parents, someone who's been actively involved for years, is choosing to leave next year to homeschool her rising 5th grader. Not because she wants to leave, but because she feels she has to. Like many families, she's been uncertain about what comes after elementary school. She was looking for a clear and consistent middle school path. When an opportunity came up to join a homeschool co-op that offers structure and flexibility, she made the difficult decision to go. We are also losing another heavily involved PTA parent next year. She is choosing traditional homeschooling for her rising 3rd grader. While her immediate reason is having an infant at home, she shared that having flexible middle school options later makes her more confident in making that decision now. From a parent perspective, we're seeing a pattern. Families who are unsure about middle school options are leaving before their children even complete 5th grade. Our kindergarten classes are growing, but our upper grade levels are not keeping pace. That's something worth looking at more closely in the data. And this matters because enrollment drives funding. The encouraging part is that we are also have clear feedback from our community. Our parent survey data shows that families would stay in public schools if they had the option to continue at Dobie through middle school. We understand that expanding a K-5 into a K-8 is not simple. There are real logistical challenges and costs, and we've had those conversations. But we also have insight from other schools that have gone through this transition: what worked, what didn't, and what families still needed. We have the opportunity to do this differently and to do it better from the start. With the upcoming half-cent sales tax referendum, we have a path to help fund solutions that not only address growth, but also strengthen retention and protect enrollment. South County has the growth, we have the families, and we have the demand. Families in our community want to stay. They want to believe in our public schools. Let's give them a reason to. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
Good evening, members of the Hillsborough County School Board. My name is Laura Garcia, and I'm a mother of 2 from the watershed community of Apollo Beach. I want to take a moment to sincerely thank you for your continued willingness to listen, not just to me, but to many voices in our community. Your openness and engagement, especially regarding the discussion around expanding Dobie Elementary, has not gone unnoticed. It means a great deal to know that our concerns are being heard and taken seriously. We recognize that the decisions before you are not simple. You are balancing the needs of many communities across the county, each with its own priorities and challenges. We understand that your responsibility is broad and that there are pressing needs in many areas that deserve your time and attention. That said, we are grateful that you have taken the time to hear our specific concerns. Listening is not a small thing. It builds trust, fosters collaboration, and gives communities like ours a sense of inclusion in the process. As you move forward and continue to weigh the many demands placed before you, we simply ask that you do not forget about us. Our community remains deeply invested in this conversation, and we hope to continue being a part of it. The potential expansion of Dobie Elementary is important to us, and we appreciate that it is being considered with care. Thank you again for your time, your attention, and your commitment to serving all students and families in Hillsborough County. We truly appreciate being heard, and we look forward to continuing this dialogue. Thank you.
Thank you. Seeing no further comments, we will now move on to the consent agenda. Superintendent Ayers.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Board members, all the items on the consent agenda have been reviewed with each board member.
Okay, I need a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda. I have a motion by Member Combs and a second by Member Washington. Please vote when your lights appear. Passes unanimously. The consent agenda has been approved. The following items will now be heard, C-503 and C-901. Naming of the Media Center at Davis Elementary. Dr. Rick Graves, Chief of Schools, will highlight this item.
Thank you, Chair Perez. At this time, I would like to bring up Jackie Isajar. She is the principal at Davis Elementary.
Good afternoon, Chair Perez, school board members, Superintendent Ayers, cabinet members, and community members. My name is Jackie Zahar. I'm the proud principal at Davis Elementary, and thank you for giving us an opportunity to be here today. It is my privilege to stand before you in support of dedicating the Davis Elementary Media Center to Ms. Sandra Guadalupe. For over 2 decades, Ms. Guadalupe has been the cornerstone of our school. Since Davis first opened, she has helped shape not only student achievement, but the heart and the culture of our campus. In her classroom, students just don't learn, they find their voices, build confidence, and believe in their potential. She creates a space where every child feels safe, valued, and inspired to grow. Ms. Guadalupe's influence spans generations, teaching both former students and now their children, a true testament to her legacy. Naming the Media Center after her ensures that her passion for literacy and love for her students will continue to inspire for years to come. She has given so much of herself to Davis Elementary. This is our chance to give something back. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Chair Perez, school board members, Superintendent Ayers, cabinet members, and community members. My name is Riza Mueller, and I am a colleague and friend of Sandy Guadalupe. Thank you for the opportunity to speak here today. Anyone who knows Ms. G, as she's lovingly known by her students and her colleagues, will tell you what an extraordinary person she is. She's the first person to arrive every morning, one of the last ones to leave every afternoon, always greeting you with a hug, a hello, and how are you doing, no matter how busy she may be. She offers help in any way that she can to anyone that she can. The perfect combination of knowledge and experience. Her students, both past and present, will be the first to share with you the impact she has had in their lives, in the classroom, and beyond. She was recently visited by a former student who is an up-and-coming singer and songwriter in New York City, who gives, for the confidence that Guadalupe gave her to pursue her dream. Look for the documentary at the end of this year or the next, because our dear Guadalupe will be featured in it. Ms. G leaves behind more than a legacy, the lasting impact of her values, actions, and character on all lucky enough to know her lives in each of those countless lives that she's touched. From the Tiara Girls Club she started many years ago for at-risk girls at Davis, to mentoring children in foster care at the Children's Home, to becoming a life coach to many, including myself. Her life is a testament to the power of the human spirit. I know she likes to call us her angels when we come alongside her to help others, but she's the real angel walking among us. I'm certain I speak for all of us who have had the privilege to call you our teacher, colleague, and friend. You will be greatly missed. The honor you're receiving today as they named the library at Helen A. Davis after you is well deserved. G, you are the light that shines in the darkness, the truth when the world prefers a lie, and the hope that lifts us up to be the person we are meant to be. My friend, here's to this next chapter of your life. I know it too will be extraordinary. You wouldn't have it any other way. May God continue to bless you as you bless others. Thank you. Can we ask her to stand?
Yes, I was gonna say if you could please come up here, please, Ms. Guadalupe. I need a motion and a second to approve item C-503. I have a motion by Member Combs and a second by Member Vaughn. Any questions or comments? Member Combs?
Thank you. I have the honor to represent Davis Elementary and District 1. As soon as I was elected, as soon as I got to Davis, you were one of the first people I met. And your smile, your energy just resonated with me. So I want to tell you a few things that people have said about you. Lacey Healy, your regional superintendent, said her creativity and energy brings stories to life, making the classroom a place where imagination and learning flourish. Marcy Geary, your staffing specialist, says she's known for her mentorship of colleagues, her leadership in shaping positive school culture, and her willingness to invest extra time and energy to ensure that all students receive the opportunities they deserve. Marcia Grensfelder, a retired teacher, said, I feel that she has been a driving force of literacy among students at Davis Elementary for 22 years. And one of your former students, Marina Alfonso, said, thank you for teaching me how to be myself and always wear my crown. You know, there are some people who truly shine with such a positive ray, and they care about anybody who crosses their path, no matter if it's a child, a student, a teacher, a staffing specialist, anyone. Your passion for literacy and your students is so evident. And I wanted to share this slide because it was, Pablo, this slide really is the epitome of you, the way you are. I love that picture on the far left, because in the middle of the library, Miss Guadalupe always does so many special things. This is where she brings her Barbies from all over the world in the library. And in the center, the Tiara Club. I've said to her from the moment I met her, I said, you need to expand this everywhere. For those of you who don't know, right by Davis Elementary is a children's home. And she has mentored these at-risk, all the students from 5th grade girls. During her lunch, they come, they visit, and they do so many special activities. And at the end of it all is the Tiara Club, where the girls crown as they are tiaras as they move towards. But the thing that I love the most from the first year, and I don't think I've missed one since I've been in office, is the way young girls stand up and say, I believe in myself, I can do better, I can be better. Those are the things that you have instilled in Davis Elementary throughout everything. I know this is just the beginning for you. And one of the things is she shines through life. One of the things I love to look at is her social media, because she shines with her grandchildren, her husband, her family, her children. Everything she does shines. And we are so pleased to celebrate to you. It's an honor for me to have met you, and I know that we'll always keep in touch. And thank you for everything that you've done for everyone at Davis Elementary, your students, your staff, your teachers, your principal, and we truly love you. Beautiful person. Oh my God, you know I love you. I almost cried.
Do you want the minute? Okay, let's see. 3, 2, 1.
Immediately liking it and commenting.
Seeing no further questions or comments, please vote when your lights appear. And it passes unanimously. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Next item is item 901, salary increases for Hillsborough County, for Hillsborough out-of-school time employees. Superintendent Ayers will highlight this item.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And board members, 901 is our salary increases for our host employees. So as far as market competitiveness, the proposed wage adjustments bring hosts in line with other child care providers and entry-level roles in industries such as retail, and food service. Offering competitive compensations is necessary to attract and retain talent in a competitive labor market. These salary increases are fully funded through host self-generated revenue, meaning there is no financial burden on the HCPS general fund. This makes the proposal both fiscally responsible and sustainable while directly benefiting employees and program operations. And Madam Chair, that is 901.
Thank you. I need a motion and a second to approve item C 901. I have a motion by Member Washington and a second by Member Gray. Member Combs, you pulled this item.
I just wanted to thank Mr. McManus and your entire host team and your staff for everything that you do. I had a couple questions and we went over it, so I know I don't have any other questions. Thank you.
Seeing no further questions or comments, please vote when your lights appear.
Yay.
And it passes unanimously.
Yay.
And there are no we'll move on to the superintendent's comments. Mr. Superintendent.
Thank you, Madam Chair. So my superintendent's updates this evening will start with academic excellence within our strategic plan. As board members, a lot of you were with me this morning for our Turnaround Student Awards. Several of our board members joined me for the 35th Annual Turnaround Student Awards Breakfast. The Turnaround Student Awards celebrates students who have overcome challenges and demonstrated meaningful growth academically, personally, or both. This breakfast honors resilience, perseverance, and the power of support in helping students change their paths and succeed. Just another congratulations to all these incredible students. It was an amazing morning, great way to start our morning on a Tuesday, just celebrating all of our great schools and all of our great students. And special shout out to Anne-Marie Courtney and her team for getting that all set up, our 35th annual. And I also want to thank Pin Chasers, who's been that sponsor for 35 years now. So thank you again to Pin Chasers, Anne-Marie Courtney, for our excellent Turnaround Student Awards this morning, excuse me. So students are for our 2026 Florida Invention Convention winners. Students from Hillsborough County Public Schools showcased their creativity, innovation, and problem-solving skills at the 2026 Florida Invention Convention, recently held at the University of South Florida, earning top placements among student inventors from across the state. The convention brings together K-12 students who design original inventions to solve real-world problems. Students present their ideas, prototypes, and research to judges from industry, higher education, and the innovation community. So of the 65 total awards handed out at this year's event, ACPS took home 15 of them. 23 of our students were also invited to go to the national competition this June in Dearborn, Michigan. So congratulations and great job to all of our students for their great hard work. Also, students from Hillsborough County Public Schools earned top honors at the 2026 Florida Technology Student Association State Conference, showcasing excellence in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics competitions from across the state. The annual conference drew more than 2,000 student participants statewide. Students from Middleton, Wharton, Rogers Middle Magnet, York, and Turner-Ball Terrells represented Hillsborough County, earning multiple first, second, and third place finishes in a wide range of events. Around exceptional talent, so this one's pretty neat. And board members, you remember our rodeo competition. Well, they moved on to the next level. So our HCPS is celebrating a standout performance by its transportation department after hosting and competing in the state school bus safety rodeo organized by the Florida Association of Pupil Transportation. So HCPS welcomed transportation teams from Sarasota, Manatee, and Gadsden counties for the statewide event, which tests school bus operators on driving skills via a challenging obstacle course, safety knowledge, and precision. HCPS, as we all know, rose to the top and swept the event, earning first, second, and third place overall. So Juan Maldonado got first place, and he's in Area 1. Cassandra Varnez, second place, Area 5. And Romy Tahu, third place, Area 7. So all three of these winners will go on to represent the entire state of Florida. So I'll say it again. Our drivers representing top three represent the state of Florida at the International School Bus Safety Rodeo this summer in Austin, Austin, Texas. So they get to go to Austin to compete against top drivers from across the nation. And congrats to them and to Laura Hill and the entire transportation team for hosting the statewide competition. Now they move to Austin. That'd be a cool thing to watch, a rodeo event for sure. So congratulations again to all of our bus drivers that made it and made it to the international competition. So here's something, another big one. Rampello K-8 Downtown Partnership, right next door to us, has earned national recognition. You ready for this? So they were the first elementary school in the United States, first elementary in the United States to achieve AVID National Demonstration School status, marking a historic milestone for Hillsborough County schools and public education nationwide. Rampello K-8 was previously designated an AVID National Demonstration School for its secondary grades. With its newest distinction, the school has now successfully completed the rigorous national validation process for both elementary and secondary levels, becoming the first school ever to earn AVID National Demonstration status spanning kindergarten through 8th grade. As an AVID National Demonstration School for grades K to 8, Rampello K-8 now serves as a learning center for educators across the country, welcoming teachers and school leaders to observe high-quality instruction firsthand. So special congratulations to Rampello and their entire team for being the first elementary school in the U.S. to receive AVID National Demonstration School status. Congrats to them. Yeah. And one more congratulations to one of our board members. I want to say a special shout out to Patty Rendon, who just received school board member Patty Rendon for achieving the Distinguished Leader Award from the Florida School Boards Association, recognizing outstanding leadership and a commitment to effective school board governance that supports student success. This award recognizes board members who demonstrate dedication to professional learning, leadership development, and governance excellence. Recipients must first earn both the certified board member and advanced certified board member designations through FSBA. So Member Rendon will be recognized and will be there at FSBA and FADS right here in Tampa at their annual summer conference. So Member Rendon, congratulations to you. Distinguished Leader Award from the Florida School Boards Association. Congratulations. And Madam Chair, those are my updates. I think that is might be our first, yeah.
Thank you, and congratulations, Member Rendon. We will now move into board member comments. Board members, just a reminder, you will have 5 minutes each to speak with 30 seconds for final thoughts. Member Gray?
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I have a lot of events to share, and I don't have enough time, but one event in particular strikes me as one of the most meaningful one that I've been to in a long time. It was the turnaround student we had this morning event. I have to say, I looked into the parents' eyes, their struggles trying to get their child to overcome many of the difficulties of behavior problems or academic challenges, and yet these parents persevered. The child, and so many of them, raised the bar. Some were entry into college, some into vocational tech, just most of one's a musician. But when you look into the parents' eyes, the dedication and the love that they have for their child, I cannot think of anything more memorable in a long time. And I just want to say that this was one of the largest honors that I could have in my term as a school board member. I want to also share my heartfelt thanks to the wonderful one who organizes this great turnaround event, Anne Marie Courtney. What a wonderful woman she is. She read every one of the students. I can't remember how many, but all the high schools were represented and the career centers as well. And I want to also thank Pin Chasers. Every year they do this for us. And also board members Combs and Rendon and Washington were there as well. So it was quite an occasion, and Superintendent Van Ayers, and very memorable. But on to the next, and Pablo, I don't know what order you have, so just put a picture up there and I'll get it together. Okay. Oh, we had the student online safety. Thanks, Principal Cody Webster. What a great principal. That's one of your schools, right, Member Vaughn? She's just emblematic, too. It's all about, what are our children seeing on their phones? What is the connectivity that social media is bringing in terms of not so good people, nefarious characters. It leads to many times human trafficking, traffickers. It's a business. So I wanted just to say thank you not only to this wonderful principal at Hill Middle School, but to our expert panelists, inclusive as the Hillsborough County Sheriff Office, the FBI, Children's Services, and BARC, and one of our own, Hillsborough County Public School Physical Ed. I know she has other titles. Her name is Ashley Capucci. So what she did is she gave the parents, and this is show and tell, she gave each parent this kind of board. And let me just share, it's just saying, basically, parents, what to tell your child to look for in terms of on your social media. So her first safety rule is know what's up, spot red flags, make a move. In other words, if you think your child's being harmed or anything's different about your child, make sure you do the next step and see and talk to your child. Talk it up. Make sure your child is always in conversation with you no matter what. No blame, no shame. So show that your child, yes, you might have made a mistake, but you know what? Better you share it with me, and then we can move on. I can keep you safe. But all this is to say, we have a problem, a big challenge, parents, staff members. What our children are seeing and inundated on social media is, to me, one of the, well, not only to myself, is a very scary concept. The addiction is real, not only among our children starting at age 9, but our adults as well. And if we don't get a hold of that phone from our children, they are getting much more information than we need for them to have or want them to see and experience. So more on that later. But at any rate, I wanted to share that, and I think I'm almost out of time. Oh, yes, we had a wonderful time at Washington, D.C. Thank you, board members, Member Rendon, Member Vaughn, Member Perez, Member, who did I forget? Myself and wonderful Kristen Davis, Superintendent Van Ayers, and we were represented, and we represented ourselves very well as far as federal education policies and how it impacts our students across urban, suburban, and rural communities. We had a great trip, and I think it was very much appreciated by a lot of the congressmen up there. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Member Gray. Member Vaughn?
Thank you, Madam Chair. First, I'll start with the positive. So I want to highlight, yesterday, many of us were able to attend the Haslam's banquet, which is our media specialists. Haslam's represent them. And I want to say congratulations to Mr. Macanico at Potter Elementary for winning the Elementary Media Specialist of the Year, and Miss Libby Cope. Libby Cope for Lato for winning Secondary Specialist, Media Specialist of the Year. That's always at a great event. And then many of us had to leave, and we went to Hope Nehemiah organization, which is 25 different religious organizations of all faiths who come together, and they really organize around our marginalized communities and advocate for justice and ask different elected officials about different things in the community and kind of hold us accountable. And it's a really motivating, positive event, and I appreciate Superintendent Ayers now making things easier for our ESE families to navigate. So I just wanted to say a shout out to those two events that we attended yesterday. I did want to take a moment. Unfortunately, we lost a student at Lewis Elementary to a tragic car accident last week, and I know that community is and they're hurting quite a bit, and I just wanted to send my love and strength to that community and to the family of the child who passed away. Also, I'm having a lot of miscommunication around our animal policy, which I was concerned about. And that's one of the reasons why I've asked specifically about all of our policies being sent directly to our teachers. And I know we talked about that at our last workshop, but I know in one of my schools there was a club where parents had actually paid money. It was an after-school club. The teacher was quite invested in that. There was some miscommunication to specifically, it seems like our regional superintendents around that policy, that now there's no animals She was forced to refund the money. Kids called me crying, and the classroom pets were given away, unfortunately. So I think, when we pass this, we have lengthy discussions about it, and it's really unfortunate that it was misinterpreted and that there have been situations where that's been an issue. So if we could please clarify, number one, that policy specifically to make sure that people understand it. And two, again, this is another plea to make sure that our policies go out to our teachers, because if the teachers had it, my teacher wouldn't have given away all of her animals and disbanded her club. So I'd like to put out that. And then finally, the last thing I want to talk about is, I'm still very concerned with the change in the gifted allocation units for classes that have under 10 students. From the data that I've seemed to gather, that seems like that's going to hurt our marginalized communities the most, where we have, underserved students who are now not even going to have a gifted teacher anywhere in the school or in the classroom other than a rotating gifted teacher. And I really don't understand how we push in and really support our students virtually in a gifted setting and what that looks like. So if my fellow board members are interested, I'm going to request a workshop about it. If not, I'm requesting like a demo of what that looks like. I guess we've had that before. I've never heard of that, so I'm not understanding where we're utilizing it. But I know you guys have full confidence, but I'm very concerned about our marginalized communities, making sure that our gifted students have the support that they need. So I want to keep addressing that because I'm still not quite clear who made that decision or where that came from. So those are all the things that I have to highlight. Thanks so much.
Thank you, Member Vaughn. Member Washington?
Thank you, Madam Chair. Mrs. Combs, you were I didn't know you were a turnaround student until you told me. You did a great. Today you said you was a turnaround student. I said, oh yes, you do a great job.
I said I was a little edgy.
Yeah, hey, that was good. That was great. We had a great time today. But anyway, so I had the opportunity to be with the EPI Educational Partners and International Teachers. I really enjoyed. We have a partnership with teachers from out of the country, organization, and the teachers, they really do a great job. They're very knowledgeable about their subject area. I enjoyed that. And also, I want to give a shout out to the Homework Hotline Studio, too. I had a great time. We had a good time. We really did. Mrs. Teddy and I, we really had a great time. I got a chance to be on showing my chest like I'm Superman. Oh, no. Yes, with Hotline on it. But it was great because kids call in. They call in, and the questions are answered. And we get a lot of call-ins. I mean, a lot of call-ins. So I like to congratulate those teachers that's working really hard to make it successful. Moving along, and I also had the opportunity to go to the University of Morgan High School. What a beautiful school. I mean, 100% a beautiful school. One of the better ones in Hillsborough County. Moving along again, then I had on April the 17th, on Friday, I had an opportunity to go to the Youth Empowerment Summit over at Hillsborough High School, where Mr. Ray Robertson had guest speakers with students making positive decisions for young people. Because our young people need to make really good decisions when they're involved in certain situations, and we truly enjoyed that. Then moving along on the 18th, Annual Fathers and Families Day there, Mr. Young. Y'all did a great job. We had a lot of fathers out during that period of time. And one of the things that we concentrated on is getting more fathers involved. It's so important to get fathers involved. And I often say this when I was a principal, I would make a call all the time. The mothers came in. We want to get fathers in also. They're very important. And we had great participation. We probably had over 100 and some fathers there. And it was really good. It was held at the Skills Center, and we truly enjoyed, because we need to increase confidence in our students. And one of the ways to do it is having father involvement, because we have mother's involvement. So I push really hard for that. And last but not least, last night, congratulations to the media specialists. They did a great job. They did a really good job last night. It was quite, you know, we in Hillsborough County need to always remember to honor all aspects of the employees here in Hillsborough County, because that's so important. It's really important to acknowledge every aspect of education here in Hillsborough County, and we do it. We do a good job. We really do a good job. So that's all I have there, Madam Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Member Washington. Member Combs?
Okay, thank you, and Mr. Washington. I mean, I think anybody who knows me would imagine that I would keep my teachers on their toes. You know what I mean? So I think that's why I ended up being a middle school teacher, is because I felt like I really understood the power of the impact of a teacher. And also for me, I've said this often, probably one of the biggest impacts for me was my bus driver. You know, in a very hard time in my life when my parents split up and things were very hard financially. My bus driver every day, Mr. Brown, in the morning and the afternoon, having that consistency and talking to me, and really the host program, which was similar, the after school programs, because my mom was a single mom working a couple of jobs, having that host program and being able, I always tell Mr. McManus, I am a great checker player, a great chess player, and a great ping pong player because of the after school program. So I really feel like our school supporting children really helps so much, and that's honestly why I ended up on the board, is because I felt like I could make such an impact on our students and our families. And talking about that, Pablo, our early learning task force met, and with ABC and beyond, what we really want to do is engage with our daycare providers, our home daycares, and really make an impact, because we want to make sure that students start early and ready. So I just want to thank Tracy Brown, Emily Chimino, and the entire early learning staff. And with ELC and Health for Hillsborough County Public Schools, we work together to help make sure that those early learning students were ready for school as they come in, so they're familiar with UFly and things like that. And a special thank you to Lisa Haynes, who led that presentation, working with the providers, because at the end of the day, we know if we can have our students ready for kindergarten, then we're helping them succeed for the rest of their life. Next is some of the community outreach that I want to do with families, and making sure that they really hear from me, they understand what's happening in the area. So I had my first coffee with Combs. Next slide, Pablo. And the next one is set for September 12th. I thought it was really successful. I actually end up engaging with so many students. I went out in the town and country area, West Chase and Seminole Heights, and really engaging with families. And we talked about basically what's going on in the district. I also gave them our report to see what's happening, the numbers and questions. And we ended up, it was just a very successful event. And I'm going to market it earlier this time. And so the next one's going to be September 12th. And I am going to have some people out there to help me with Spanish translation if they need to make sure. I could have practiced my Spanish then, but everybody was bilingual that came. But this is really important for me to find out what the issues and the needs of families and students. And the great part in the back corner, if you see one of the girls, that was a student that I've known since she was in first grade. And her mom came out to see me because I've known them for so long, and I haven't seen them in 5 or 6 years. Her name is Nadia too. So we came out there, so that was really amazing. And that's it for the slides. And just a couple other things. You know, literacy is the most important thing for our students. You know, nowadays, if you don't have literacy, you're not able to do numeracy because there's so many word problems. So I want to thank all our librarians, all our reading teachers, to really put in the forefront the importance of literacy in our schools. And then finally, I also want to say that Hope Nehemiah Action Assembly, I thought that was so powerful to hear from all these different, all these different religious groups, and they came and they really helped us, push us to make sure that we're better as a district. And I thought that was really great. The data reported in 2025 says 1 in every 31 children is being diagnosed as autistic. The needs of our students are so high, especially our special needs students. I mean, the needs are so high. I go to schools and I see individual aides. I see so many people working with our students. The needs are really high. And I just want to thank Dr. Lesperance. I think it's a very, very, very challenging job. when I meet a teacher, I say, wow, that's an amazing, you're a teacher. When I meet an ESE teacher, I'm like, wow, that's even more special, because it takes a certain heart and patience and love, and we do such a great job in Hillsborough County. Thank you, Tracy Brown, for all that you do, and thank you for everyone who works so hard to make sure that students are heard and that their voices are heard, and that we're going to continue working really hard to make sure that our students are successful. Thank you.
Thank you, Member Combs. Member Rendon?
Thank you, Madam Chair. I do want to give a shout out to Aquila Jackson Morgan High School. It was an honor to be able to dedicate that school. It was an honor for her family and her legacy to be remembered. I always say to many of the people and many teachers that is the one school that named after a teacher. They dedicated their entire life to being in a classroom. And I think that takes courage. I think that takes dedication, and especially in a time in which she served in Waimama her entire career. So it was an honor to be there. It was an honor to meet the family and to dedicate that school last week. So that was an honor. I do want to thank Superintendent and Miss Davis for our trip to DC. I think it's very valuable that members of our federal delegation, as well as our partners within the different departments of agriculture, Department of Education, et cetera, know and understand the needs of our district and our students. And unless we're there to tell the story, they don't understand the impact of the decisions they make. So I appreciate the ability to be up there and advocate for our students. But I want to continue with what Member Vaughn had to say. I myself agree with her. My district has had the same issue with that policy. And so it wasn't until I actually sent it to the staff and said it was very clear, and the staff actually had done the steps that we followed in the policy, but it didn't come from them. And it was denied by a regional superintendent. So I think we as a district should be encouraging that. And we did it for the safety of the students, not to being eliminating animals within our schools. I mean, when the American Guide Dog Association is denied attendance is not okay. And so I've got several reading programs in a couple of my schools where we have therapy dogs that come in for the reading programs that encourage the reading. That's taking away from our direct academic achievements of our students. And so I would like to make sure that we address that. And make sure everyone understands that policy was not meant to eliminate animals, but it was meant to make sure that we do it in a safe and healthy manner. And then I also want to tag on to when we talk about student-teacher ratios in our classrooms, I think it would be important that as we move forward that we provide to the entire board all of the different ratios in classrooms within our schools. I think it's important that we understand whether we are in ratio or we're not, and what does that look like for our schools. I've said it before that when I look at the number of students that are difference of students in my district from last year to this year, it's not adding up to the teacher ratios, which means I'm going to have larger class sizes. And I would like to know what those class sizes look like. I would like to know how many of my class sizes are outside of the range of the recommended level by the Department of Education. And so I think it would be important for all of us board members to recognize and know, looking at all of our schools, where we are at with that student-teacher ratio. I think it's important that we have that knowledge moving forward. So I would appreciate that. But thank you so very much.
Thank you, Member Rendon. You know, I want to just give a shout out to Kristen Davis. When we were up in Washington, you know, there were spaces and places that we were invited into that I don't know how many people would have been invited into those spaces. And we were able to speak with people who pass budgets and were able to get us dollars. When it came to apprenticeships and vocational and trade schools, you know, one of the persons that we spoke with provided us an experience, a personal experience about their brother who did not want to go to college, even though they came from a very successful family. The brother didn't see himself going to college, and was able to take up a trade. And that, you know, kind of made us a little bit more aware, at least this board member, that it doesn't matter where you come from. You know, a lot of students, the importance of how much a parent makes or the influence that their parents have doesn't dictate what that student is going to do in their life. You know, and they talked about how his brother was very happy in his life following a trade. And you know, when I brought that back with me, as I'm thinking, because that story really sat with me, on how our schools here in Hillsborough County are really setting up our students for success. Because we talked about apprenticeship programs, and and I talked to them about the Rick Lott School, and how we look at that connection with our unions and being able to get those apprenticeship programs for our students. That was amazing, to hear him provide that experience and get very personal with us. We also went over and we visited Georgetown University, to be able to see that college, to be able to, it was a real neat experience.
After we left,
No, we walked.
Oh.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah. But also, really quick, I just want to let everyone know the program that I have for the platform that I have on the radio to really lift this district, where I invite a lot of the programs to come and speak and really get that information out to our community. It has been so successful that now it's on Wednesdays as well. So we have it Wednesdays at 10 and Sundays at 10. So myself and the superintendent are now inviting anyone in here at the Hillsborough County Schools to come and, uplift their programs, talk about their programs, let the community know what we're offering. If there is, any event going on, just come and because we have a lot of parents who don't have social media, a lot of parents who don't have the connectivity on computers, but they do while they're at work listening to the radio. So that's on Super Q 1300 AM and 106.7 FM. So, we're going to continue uplifting this district, providing all our parents and the community with all the information that they need to make their students and their families successful. And with that, we will now take employee and student input. Even though we hear public comment at the beginning of the meeting, sometimes it's difficult for employees and students of our district to attend meetings at 4. There are many ways for employees and students to make their voices heard, including through union representatives, emails, phone calls, one-on-one conversations, and public comment at the beginning of the meeting. The board wants to hear from you. With this section of our agenda, we are creating another avenue for employees and students to speak to the board. We are setting aside 30 minutes for employees of the district to speak to the board about any issues that are on your mind. This is not intended to be a discussion about specific agenda items on tonight's agenda, but rather an opportunity for you to speak to the board about any issues related to your job or the district. Each speaker will have 3 minutes. I will now call the first 3 speakers.
Hey, good evening. Rob Creed, President of CTA. Thank you again for giving us all this space to talk to all of you. And thank you guys for helping us open up bargaining. And I would say that we do so timely, even early. We're ahead of what most districts would do because of the collaborative nature in which that we operate, and I appreciate that. As you guys know, I take my direction from the employees of Hillsborough County, and what I've given you here are the results of our survey that we put out to all employees, not only members. These are members and potential members in our district about what are their real priorities, about what we should talk about and work on when we get to the bargaining table. So you see it's got actually 2 different sides. I got one for the instructional team and one for the support professionals about really what's important to them. And so just like I take direction from them, I know that you guys give direction to your bargaining team for the district when we get there. Now, I know that the lawmakers up in Tallahassee haven't yet figured out a budget. I haven't heard much about affordability for Floridians. And certainly, I don't have a lot of hope for what they might do for a public school budget. However, hope does remain. I will say that. Floridians across Florida, people are upset about what's going on with our public schools, and I appreciate that it is nonpartisan. People are just upset about the way we are underfunding our schools. So there is hope. But while we do that and while we continue to negotiate, I'd like to also think about what are some of the things that our employees we can offer them through contract language to make their monumental tasks every day a little bit easier. What is it we could take off their plates? What is it we could agree to say, hey, we can make this a little bit easier. This is not going to cost us any money, but we can figure out a way of work to make it a little bit lighter load for everyone as they try to meet the needs of all their students every single day. I know they're working hard. We all know that. We would all agree. So when we get to that table, please look creatively at the language that we offer and bring it right back, because we really want to work with you guys to find something that's workable for everybody as we navigate the bargaining season. So thank you again for this. Take a look at that, and you could always find me and ask questions as you need. But thank you for this time.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you. Angela Colanello from Project Piso. It's good to see you again after last night, too. We were able to attend the Nehemiah event as well, and it was really, really great being able to see everyone to come together for the Hillsborough Organization of Progress and Equality. The event was really nice. It was great to see you all there. I was actually at the meeting a couple of summers ago, I believe, when Commissioner Cohen and Myers did vote for the Affordable Care Act to go through, and Wastel, Hagen, Miller, Sapita, and Bowles all voted it down to give the allotted $10 million to them. So I'm just going to come here and ask that we are ensuring that we're all kind of aligning ourselves with those who do kind of care and are showing their support of the Affordable Care Act. In my speech with them, I reminded them that the Hillsborough reading proficiency is hovering around 50%, and that a vote not to give the $10 million to the Affordable Care Act was a vote against Hillsborough proficiency, but you see what the results of that were. But luckily, people are speaking out in the community, and it was nice to see that we were able to get some progress for them. So now we are here, and as we're talking about Hillsborough, we're often talking about how we are the 7th largest district in the nation, right? And it prompted me to think, well, I haven't even looked up who the other ones are who are above us. And so I was able to see that Florida has 4 of the largest districts out of the 10, 4 out of 10 of the largest districts in the nation, which is showing us that we have a huge responsibility, and we are here to kind of be a pillar, not just for our community, not just for Florida, for the entire nation, right? We have a chance to show the 13,000 districts, some private as well, how it should be done and how we have to take a stand and how we are here for the people, and to show whatever is trickling down on us, we have a plan to do it. Whatever is being thrown and thrust upon us, we are going to make sure that we are finding the funds, we're sticking up for our students, we're sticking up for our families and teachers. So that's what I'm calling upon us all to do here. With that, we have Piso. We are still not done with those conversations. We really are trying to ask that everyone keeps an open mind, get back in the playground, get back in the sandbox. USF, SDHC has a responsibility to the students of that community. It takes a village, and I hear everyone up here talking about how important it is to make sure that we are lifting up the students, and so I'm asking that we keep that open. I did some of my own research, reaching out to some of the teachers in the schools that our students are supposed to filter into, and some of their concerns have been when those students from Piso have to go there, they're worried about the abundance of ESE students in class size. They're worried about huge class sizes, not enough space. They're scared of the class sizes getting too big to cater to the students. If the class sizes are increased, how will foundational skills be taught? What will the ratio be for safety?
Thank you.
Concerned about class
Thank
sizes
you.
over 18.
Thank you. Okay. Next speaker, please.
Good evening. My name is Anita Bloom. It's nice to see everyone. I am here tonight on behalf of PISO also, not as a school, but as a community that is deeply connected, deeply invested, and deeply at risk of being torn apart. PISO is not just a place our students learn, it is where they grow up together. It is where siblings walk down the hallways, where teachers know children by name, where children who may not have stability outside of the school find it inside our walls every single day. For many of our families, 79% of whom are economically disadvantaged, PISO is more than a school. It is a lifeline, it is consistency, it is safety, it is belonging. And when we talk about closing PISO, we are not just talking about moving students. We're talking about separating children from the relationships that ground them. We're talking about breaking apart a community that has been carefully built over years. You cannot simply relocate that kind of connection. And I want to address something critically important. If the purpose of this disbursement is to prevent charter expansion into lower enrollment schools, then this plan may actually do the opposite. By pushing PISO students into other area schools, you are not stabilizing other campuses. You may be accelerating their decline. Families who feel displaced and disconnected are far more likely to seek alternatives, and those alternatives exist within a 5-mile radius of us currently. You risk not just, and I want to be very, I'm sorry, and there are not numbers to our children are not numbers to balance enrollment sheets. They're children with relationships, identities, and needs rooted in a specific community that has supported them all along. We understand that change is something necessary, but we're asking tonight is simple and reasonable. Please slow this process down. Give us time to bring all stakeholders to the table, families, educators, and local businesses. Give us time to explore solutions that keep our students together at another site without dismantling the community that makes them successful. Give us time to be part of the solution, not just recipients of a decision. Because once the school is closed, there is no undo button for this. The relationships, the trust, the sense of family, we cannot rebuild that overnight, if ever. Our students deserve stability, our families deserve a voice, and this community deserves the chance to fight for itself. I urge you, please reconsider this decision, or at the very least, give us time to collaborate more and to get this right.
Thank you. Seeing no further comments, this meeting is now adjourned.
Hello, I'm Jessica Vaughn, Hillsborough County School Board member representing District 3, and you're watching Hillsborough Schools TV. Together, we're preparing students for life.